Thomas y sus amigos creando vías hacia grandes destinos.
Duncan drops a clanger. It was a busy time on the narrow gauge railway. It was the day of the country fair. The little engines puffed through the forests and valleys, getting ready for the big day. Rusty was taking trucks full of flowers. Peter's Sam was taking pumpkins. And Duncan had a very special job to do. He had to collect the bell from the clock tower to be polished. On the way, Duncan puffed along an old and bumpy track. It was his favourite part of the railway. Each day, Duncan would rattle along the tracks. He enjoyed the sound his wheels made. Duncan raced backwards and forwards, rattling and clattering over the bumps. Rheneas chuffed up. Duncan, you're going to be late, he peeped. But Duncan didn't hear Rheneas. His wheels were clattering and rattling too loudly. When Duncan finally arrived at the transfer yards, he was very late. And the foreman was cross. Workmen were waiting with a large wooden frame. Inside was the big bell. The bell chimed cheerfully as it was loaded onto Duncan's flatbed. What a wonderful sound, peeped Duncan. Remember, said the foreman sternly, the bell is very heavy. The track to the polishers is old and in need of some repair. You must go slowly and carefully. But Duncan wasn't listening to the foreman. He was enjoying the chiming of the bell. Duncan chuffed along the track to the polishers. As he puffed through the mountains, his wheels started to clatter. And the bell started to chime. Duncan went faster. The bell chimed louder. With every bump and bend, it rattled and rang, it tinkled and clanged. Duncan liked the sound of this even more than the sound of his wheels. He was having a wonderful time. Whee! He wheezed, and the bell rang louder and louder. Slow down, called Rusty. But Duncan didn't hear. Hooray! Duncan hooted. Take care, chuffed Scarloey. Whoosh! Whooped Duncan. The bell will come loose, puffed Mighty Mac. But still Duncan didn't listen. He rattled on. The track was getting bumpier, and the bell chimed louder. Sir Handel was taking on water. He saw Duncan racing towards him. Hooray! Whistled Duncan. Slow down, hooted Sir Handel. The track ahead is very wobbly. Listen to my bell, Sir Handel, whooshed Duncan. Isn't it wonderful? Then there was trouble. Duncan's wheels rattled over the wobbly track. He applied his brakes, but it was too late. The flatbed bumped into the air. The bell tumbled off bed and rolled down the hill. Clang, clang, boing went the bell as it fell and fell. Oh no, cried Duncan. I've lost the bell. Now it won't be polished for the country fair, he puffed sadly. It's all my fault. Everywhere was still and quiet. Then Duncan heard a noise. That sounds like a bell, he wished quietly, and he listened very hard. It is a bell, he tooted. It's my bell. Maybe if I listen and follow the sound, Duncan puffed, I will find the bell. Duncan followed the sound. It's getting louder, he puffed excitedly. At last, Duncan could see the bell. It was caught in a tree. The wind blew gently and the bell chimed sweetly. Duncan raced down the hill and he arrived just in time. The branch snapped and the bell fell onto his flatbed. Hooray! Chuffed Duncan. He was very happy. Duncan puffed to the polishers. This time he puffed slowly and carefully, just as he had been told. Soon the bell was polished and Duncan chuffed slowly and carefully all the way back to the transfer yard. Duncan delivered the shiny bell just in time. And when the clock chimed for the opening of the country fair, Duncan thought it was the best sound he had ever heard.